into the most anticipated DC movies and series at NYCC 2019. The origin story of Batman's arch-enemy is getting early Oscar buzz after the film scored big at this year's Venice International Film Festival, taking home the Golden Lion for Best Film.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
Joker hits theaters on October 4th, which happens to be the same week as New York Comic Con.
Send in the clowns.
Harley Quinn is finally getting her own movie.
Hi, boys.
Birds of Prey and the fabulous emancipation of one, Harley Quinn, catches up with the psych-turned-psycho as she ditches Joker to join forces with the Birds of Prey.
I'm known to be quite vexing. I'm just forewarning you.
Margot Robbie is reprising her Suicide Squad role, and her female super team introduces Journey Smollett-Bell as Black Canary, Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress, Rosie Perez as Renee Montoya, and Ella J. Basco as Cassandra Cain. They'll be facing off against the villain Black Mask, played by Ewan McGregor.
You know, reap what you sow.
Birds of Prey flies into theaters on February 7th, 2020, with Dead Pig's Kathy Yan directing the movie.
Come on, let's go.
And that's not the only DC film hitting theaters next year. Wonder Woman 1984 is set to release on June 5th, 2020. In her first solo film, Princess Diana left her Themyscira home to end World War I. Now she's going totally 80s to take on Cheetah, played by Kristen Wiig. Chris Pine returns as Steve Trevor, somehow, but we can't say much more than that.
Can I ask you some questions?
Patty Jenkins returns to direct the sequel after the original raked in more than $821 million worldwide.
The lasso of Hestia compels you to reveal the truth.
Jenkins has said promotion for the film will begin in December, but in the meantime, be sure to stop by the Wonder Woman 1984 booth at the convention.
It's magical.
If the small screen's more your thing, then brace yourself because DC TV is bringing the Bat. Woman, that is. On Sunday, October 6th, you can watch the Batwoman pilot before it premieres on the CW that evening.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be. When it fits a woman.
The buzzy new series stars Ruby Rose as the Watch the Batwoman pilot before it premieres on the CW that evening.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be. When it fits a woman.
The buzzy new series stars Ruby Rose as the DC comic superhero who finds herself following in her cousin Bruce Wayne's footsteps as Gotham's protector.
Batman gave up on us.
Rachel Skarsten, who previously played Black Canary in the short-lived 2002 Birds of Prey series, has been cast as the main villain Alice.
Shall we believe the crows will protect us?
The screening will be followed by a Q&A featuring some of the show's stars and producers, so have your questions ready.
I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work.
Before Batman, there was Pennyworth, and now he has his own series on Epix.
I want to be my own man.
The Batman prequel follows the early life of the trusted Wayne family butler, Alfred Pennyworth, played by Jack Bannon. The former British SAS soldier forms his own security company in 1960s London, and his first client is young Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's billionaire father, who is played by Ben Aldridge.
I'll do my best to keep you alive.
The show was created by Bruno Heller, who had toes into R-rated territory as swearing, violence, gore, sex are all in the world of Pennyworth. The series finale aired on September 29th, but fans attending the con will get another chance to celebrate at the Pennyworth booth.
It's gonna be a nice day.
It's rather forward of you.
For all
Maybe it's because Bettys get treated like they're stupid. Well, then don't be stupid.
This is Ruby Rose, an Australian actress and model known for her characters in Orange is the New Black, John Wick Chapter 2, and she now plays the title role in Batwoman, the latest DC Comics show on the CW. Ruby's got the look, the attitude, and the confidence to pull off a role like this.
Who the hell are you?
It all started in 2002 at the age of 16 when she came in second place in a model search for Girlfriend magazine. This, of course, jump-started her career as a model, but a few years later in 2007, she got to showcase much more of her fun personality as a video DJ for MTV Australia.
So there you have it, the Mardi Gras Festival is massive, it's sexy, it's rocking, it's downright amazing.
She hosted red carpet events, interviewed celebrities, eventually branching out to other hosting gigs and becoming a celebrity in her own right. Then, starting in 2013, Ruby gradually started appearing in film and TV. Technically, her first credit was playing herself in this episode of Mr. and Mrs. Murder, but that same year she had her first film role as Hannah, a seductive one-night stand in the indie drama Around the Block.
You don't mess around. Where you from?
But Ruby was still struggling to break into the acting world, trying to shake off her persona as a host and presenter, which is pretty much what agents in Los Angeles wanted her to do. So in 2014, Ruby took action and made a stylized short film, Break Free, loosely based on her own struggle with gender identity, and uploaded it to YouTube. As luck would have it, the film caught the attention of a casting director for Orange is the New Black, who cast her in the 3rd season as Stella Carlin, a love interest for Piper.
A person shouldn't do something out of obligation. If you're gonna do it because you want it.
One season on a big show would open doors for any actress. Ruby took her badassness to a whole new level in action movies, fighting zombies alongside Mila Jovovich in Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, joining forces with Vin Diesel as a sharpshooter in XXX: The Return of Xander Cage,
Right there. Nice shot.
Was there ever a doubt?
and she immortalized herself in the ongoing John Wick saga as an assassin in John Wick Chapter 2. That same year, however, she did a complete 180 and sung her way into a much lighter film, Pitch Perfect 3. Her character, Calamity, served as kind of an obnoxious antagonist, and she had some great musical numbers.
Step one, take these pictures off the wall, pick myself up after the fall. The fall, I'll be better after all.
And yes, that's actually her singing. As all this wasn't enough, 2018 was yet another breakout year for Ruby, when she started playing Bruce Wayne's sardonic niece, Kate Kane.
If you're visiting Gotham to compare grappling hooks with Batman, you are out of luck. No one's seen him in years.
After Bruce Wayne goes missing, she picks up the mantle of the Dark Knight and now appears in the 5th show that's part of the ever-expanding Arrowverse, Batwoman. After years of hard work, Ruby Rose has finally achieved something that she set out to do long ago. In a 2017 interview for Self magazine, she said, "I didn't want to become a brand. I wanted to become an actor." Well, mission accomplished.
Found in Gotham City by From the Bat, and director Todd Phillips and star Joaquin Phoenix hope to create their own signature take on the clown prince of crime that diverges from these legendary performances.
All I have are negative thoughts.
On this IMDb brief, the Joker debuted in April 1940 on the pages of Batman #1, and his creation was partly based on a doom and gloom expressionist melodrama from 1928 called The Man Who Laughs. Actor Conrad Veidt's permanent evil grin inspired the look of this supervillain who sprayed Joker venom into his victims' faces, leaving smiling corpses in his wake. When he made his first on-screen appearance in the Batman TV series and movie from 1966, his murderous MOs were softened to the devious pranks of the 1960s comic books.
What a deliciously humorous trajectory!
Cesar Romero's iconic portrayal cast a long and delightfully madcap shadow over how we saw the character for decades, until a new legend stepped into the Joker's purple shoes in 1989.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Over 5 decades, numerous comic book writers developed his wicked idiosyncrasies, but director Tim Burton found much of his Joker on the pages of a 1988 Alan Moore and Brian Bolland graphic novel called The Killing Joke. With an updated version of his chemical bath origin story, the one-shot book paints Mr. J as the yin to Batman's yang, linked forever as the evil other side of the same coin. And Burton's casting of then 2-time Oscar winner Jack Nicholson in the role would further connect Joker to all things Batman.
You must be joking.
Do I look like I'm joking?
Although Jack brought back Joker's trademark deadly laughing gas from his first comic book appearance, missing from his maniacal giddiness was the menacing laugh. So, when Mark Hamill voiced the Clown Prince for the 90s animated series and spin-off films, he put the ha-ha back in Homicidal Murderer.
You've become my hobby.
Hamill nearly retired from the vocally demanding role, but came back for a feature-length version of The Killing Joke in 2016, setting the record straight on how a miserable stand-up comic fell into a life of crime. Sound familiar?
Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal.
Director Todd Phillips has acknowledged that The Killing Joke inspired the failed comedian aspect of the Joker, but asserts that the film is removed from all other aspects of past and future Batman movies, including the most recent incarnation, the gory prankster Jared Leto Joker of Suicide Squad, who may have already had his last laugh.
Blah, blah, blah. All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt.
Oh my God.
And Joker supposedly won't connect to Matt Reeves' coming reboot with Robert Pattinson. But Phoenix's Let the World Burn, for I am a product of that evil world attitude, is very much giving us Heath Ledger vibes from The Dark Knight. Ledger's method approach and deep psychological connection to the character earned him a much-deserved posthumous Oscar, the first and only acting Academy Award given to a comic book movie.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Director Christopher Nolan ensured The Dark Knight could stand alone by eschewing an origin story and allowing the Joker to tell his own ever-changing history. Why is he evil? Why is his face scarred into that perma-smile? Secrets we'll probably never know.
They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you.
Phillips and Phoenix have gone a bit deeper on the backstory by chronicling how a lost man becomes a giggling monster without any intervention by Batman or vats of acid, cherry-picking what they liked best from the 80-year canon of Joker. Will that include Veidt's evil grin, Jack's giddy murderousness, Hamill's bone-chilling cackle, Leto's society-damaged headcase, or Ledger's psychological psycho? It's more of a devilish combination of all those split personalities to create a supervillain for the history books.
One small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out,